carrotfootball.com.au, time to continue the coaches catch up into 2014 we are now, and good enough to join us in the new year is the new coach of the Newtown Chilwell Football Club, David Wojcinski. Wojo, firstly, happy new year to you. A nice hot week to kick things off the training for your boys heading into 2014.
Yeah, absolutely. This week's going to be pretty warm, so we might have to mix training up a little bit. We'll make in the first week anyway after Christmas a little bit lighter for the boys to get back into it, but we'll have good numbers before Chrissy, so and last night we had good numbers again, so hopefully it keeps happening and we can keep rolling into the season.
Late to the job, obviously, with what was taking place off field here. We won't touch on that, but obviously coming in mid-November, just a little bit tougher to put things together, or is it not been the case in that regard?
Well, it probably was a little bit tough for me, but luckily we had some really good people around the club, in Tom Beale and Simon Rao, who really took it upon themselves to get the list together and get all the boys excited about training, and also Jared McCorkle, the captain, played a big role in that and getting the boys out and about ready for training, even though when there hadn't been a coach selected yet. So, but once I was appointed, it just made my job so much easier. So credit to those guys.
You mentioned the list. Any significant changes you can tell us about at this stage in regards to either departures or arrivals at the reserve?
Yeah, we've had a few departures and we've had a few arrivals as well. Piers Flanagan's looks set to be playing up in Melbourne, so we've lost him, he's a big loss for us. He when he came and played for us last year, he was a really big player for us and played some really good football. Lost Josh McDonald. He played a handful of games in seniors, and when he did, he played some pretty good footy. So we've lost him. He's decided to concentrate on cricket and we couldn't commit to playing here at Newtown. So he might play footy somewhere, but yeah, he couldn't commit to playing training with us. In terms of arrivals, we've had small, probably. Well, obviously Luke Forbes has been a big signing for us over the summer, which is great because he's a very good footballer and he's quality player at GFL level. We've got back a lot of players back to Newtown. A lot of Newtown people have come back to the club. So we've got Jay Bett back, who spent a year up in the country. So obviously he's the past captain. David Billy, he's decided to come back, which is great. Great to have him around. Another past captain of the club and best and fairest winner. We've had Brock Bouch coming back as well. So he's spent a year overseas. So he's an ex-captain. So all the players we've got have really been ex-Newtown people, which is great, getting these blokes back around the club, because that's something we really want to focus on this year, was just to get the club firing off the field but also on the field. So by doing that we have to get some really good Newtown people back to the club. So I think we've done that.
Your first coaching role, obviously, as a senior coach since your AFL retirement. Are you taking bits and pieces of what you learned from Mark Thompson and Chris Scott?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Probably more so Mark Thompson and maybe Brendan McCartney. Like those two guys, I had a good relationship, especially with Macca. Probably. I'll see myself coaching a little bit similar ways, but obviously, throwing my own touch on things. It's been enjoyable so far. It helps to have good numbers of training and a group of boys that are really keen to get to training and actually train really hard. So training hasn't been easy. It's been pretty solid, but they just keep turning up, which is great. So hopefully that's a good sign for you.
Obviously, you were actually retired after you did your knee last year. Can you give us an indication where your knee's at? Is it nearly rehabbed, or is it still going through that at the moment?
Yeah, I haven't actually had it operated on yet. So it feels amazing. Like, it actually feels as if there's nothing wrong with it at all. It feels just as good as my good knee. So I won't play because obviously my ACL is still torn in half, but it just feels unreal. I actually can play basketball, and I've actually joined in training a couple of times, and it's felt fine. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's what's going on there, but it feels pretty good. So
North Shore, Lara, Leopold, Grovedale is your first month of the season. It's a nice mix. Obviously, North Shore struggled last year. Leopold and Lara always thereabouts, and obviously Grovedale last year's grand final. So you'll get a good indication of where you're at after April.
Yeah, definitely, and that's as soon as we start playing footy and get a good indication of where we're at, the better. All I know is we play North Shore round one. I don't really focus on the other games at this stage, but I know that the GFL is going to be really competitive and probably probably more competitive than the last couple of years. So again, we want to be one of those teams that's up there, fighting it out at the end of the year. So we'll aim to play September obviously, and just treat every game as it comes, and respect the opposition, no matter who they are. And we just want to play our style of football and play Newtown way. So.
Much has been made, of course, of the head-to-head meeting, coaching-wise, with Scarlo when you do play South Barwon. Did you have a sneaky look at the draw when it came out?
Oh, I had a little sneaky look, but yeah, I to be honest, I don't even know who would play round 2 because all I'm really focusing on is round 1 really, and focusing on the practice matches that we've got coming up. So, but yeah, I know that we do play them twice. And we play mostly good sides twice, but which week I'm not too sure at this stage. But yeah, we're focused on round 1. So.
Fantastic, Mojo. Appreciate your time. Good luck with the pre-season. Good luck with your first senior coaching gig. Thanks for joining us in Carrot Football on Tom.
Thanks, mate.